If you're one of the 49 million Americans that participate in a 401k plan, this short and informative video was designed for you. Let me introduce you to John and Mary. John and Mary began working for AA Corporation on the same day back in 2005. Both rolled over $40,000 from their previous employer to start their new 401k at AA Corporation. And like most Americans, John and Mary were never taught how to manage their own 401k. In fact, both picked their 401k funds the same way. During their employee orientation, they both took 5 minutes, quickly choosing what they thought were the best funds from their 20 choices. At this point in the story, John and Mary's similarities end and the differences begin. Fast forward to today, and John's $40,000 original balance is now $48,000, representing 2.6% growth a year, and Mary's balance is $68,400, representing almost 8% growth a year. Mary now has $20,000 more in her 401k account than John. Now, let's examine how John and Mary could end up so far apart working for the exact same company. John and Mary were introduced to the 401k teacher shortly after starting with their company. They learned the 401k teacher could help them quickly and easily answer the two most important questions most Americans face when dealing with their 401k. How do I know I'm investing in the best funds available to me? And how do I protect myself against losses when the next market crash occurs? John thought, I've got plenty of time to figure this out, even though he had an easy-to-use objective tool right in front of him today that would make a big difference in his retirement tomorrow. Mary, on the other hand, thought, finally, a simple tool to help me manage my 401k. It all made perfect sense to Mary. After all, she had a plan if something happened to her house, her car, her health, and even her credit. She quickly recognized she needed a plan for her second largest asset and enrolled in the 401k teacher. After enrolling, she logged in and immediately checked the current 401k teacher signal. She noticed the signal was a bull signal, which meant the market was trending up. Since she was already in the market, she stayed in the market. If a bear signal was given, meaning the market was trending down, she could have assumed a cash position in her 401k's money market account. Mary was excited because the 401k teacher was objective, and 1 to 4 times a year, a signal was sent to Mary via text, email, and voicemail alerting her of the change in the market. The second and final step for Mary during her initial setup was to sort her available funds using the 401k teacher's analyzer tool to quickly identify the best historical performing funds. Mary then chose to go to her 401k administrator's website to move her money into the best historical performing funds she identified using the 401k teacher analyzer tool. Here's what Mary really liked about the 401k teacher. This educational service lifted her confidence while increasing her 401k balance. Mary was either in the market, invested in the top historical performing funds, or out of the market altogether. She soon realized by being out of the market during certain times of the year and locking in gains, this minimized her exposure to market volatility. Every month, Mary receives an email reinforcing the current signal so she knows exactly where she stands and can rest easy knowing she has a plan for her 401k. Mary was able to avoid the crash of 2008. Unfortunately, John and most Americans were reeling from this large double-digit loss since most subscribe to the buy-and-hold investment strategy. Subsequently, Mary re-entered the market in 2009 based on the 401k teacher bull signal, capturing the majority of the upward trend. Mary also missed the flash crash of 2010, capturing a solid gain for the first half of the year and then again later in the year. 2011 brought one of the most volatile years in recent history. Strangely, the S&P index started and ended virtually on the same number. On the other hand, John felt the stress of the large up and down 10% moves in the market, while Mary didn't because she had a plan. The story really isn't as bright for John. Since 2005, he continues to use the roll the dice Vegas strategy when it comes to his 401k. He continues to bury his head in the sand and ignores that his buy, hold, and pray method isn't working. Unfortunately, John is in for a rude awakening as his dreams of retirement may turn into a nightmare. He'll probably be working a lot longer than Mary, and in his later years working part-time in a job he hates to make ends meet. If only John had followed Mary's lead and used the simple and extremely affordable 401k teacher, things may have turned out different. As they always say, the proof is in the pudding. The actual results since 2005 are phenomenal. This service is objective and removes the complexity of managing your 401k, while taking all the emotion out of retirement planning, which is often the primary culprit of poor investment results. Click the Enroll Now button below this video to start your free 2-week trial with the 401k teacher. If you love the service, which we know you will, do nothing and you will continue to be enrolled in the 401k teacher and be billed $19.97 a month. Now, take control of your 401k and retirement future today. Don't be like most Americans who ignore their 401k. Be like Mary, and for pennies a day, take control of your 401k future and enroll today by clicking on the green Enroll Now button below this video.